everybody. Welcome back to the Wanna See It podcast. We are here today. Wait, should I introduce
introduce him.
We are here today with the Alec Hunter.
It's an honor to be on the show, Crosby. Thanks for having me.
But first off, Alec, make the Snapchat introduction. He's got to bring it out.
I got to do everything for the clout.
There it is. Going straight on the story.
Podcastings.
So if you guys do not understand, Alec is his Snapchat's his best app. Is that?
Yeah, I'd say that's true.
How long do you spend on it? Per day, per week?
Per week? One time I had per week, it was like up to like 48 hours.
48 hours?
That's more.
That's like a work week.
That's 2 days.
Yeah, that's...
Just on Snapchat.
Who you be snapping?
It's a little secret. I don't think they need to know.
No, all right.
So if you look on Alec's phone, he has a solid, what is it, like 500 Snapchat notifications, and he sends a thing called a mass snap every day.
This is how it works. Let me put the rundown through.
Yeah.
So you take like you get out of the shower, like you wet the hair, you gotta like send like a little thirst trap, and then you press send, and when you press send, you go up. There's like a little emoji button. I click on 2 different emojis because you can have a max 200 people. So I have 400 people that I send my mass snap to. So that's how usually that works.
What's your snap score?
It's not high because I only send the mass.
Less than mine.
I send a mass snap and I go about my day usually. Recently, because I've been trying to get off the app.
Sure. Well,
It's kind of like an addiction, you know.
From what we can hear. But Alec, more importantly, if there was something to describe you, who are you?
I'd say like I'm the coolest cat in town for sure. Like I don't really know if anyone can like amount to my.
No, that's
promise.
fine. That's fine. But also, you got surgery coming up.
I do.
Talk about this. Are you nervous?
Well, I've never been put under before, for starters.
Yeah.
And the only thing I'm worried about is like, what if they don't give me enough like anesthesia and I like wake up like halfway through, I'm like look at my knee and they're just operating on it. I feel like,
or like you can feel the pain but you can't tell them.
Yeah, I kind of want it to be like recorded, but like they can't like, get anyone in.
That's true. But also, what you were talking to us about how you're gonna sign your will away to us.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. No, this is actually a funny story. So I wake up this morning. It was like 7 a.m. Usually I wake up at like 9:30, so I was pretty pissed that someone called me. I answer the phone, and it was the nurse at the hospital. She's asking me a bunch of like pre-surgery questions. Mm-hmm. One of the questions was, do you have a will or some sort of healthcare set up in case something happens in the surgery where either you're deceased or disabled? I was like, huh? I was like, wait a minute.
That probably wasn't the greatest feeling. So where's your belongings going to?
Well,
if anything happens.
You get my pillows. Actually, that's not true. You get 2 of my pillows. I got 3 pillows. Then Joe Arroyo gets 1 of my pillows. Crosby gets my Xbox. And
Eric gets your Xbox.
Eric gets my...
I get the remaining of your calf.
Yeah, he gets the remaining of my school calf money. And
$50 for calf food.
Yeah,
Can we backtrack a little bit? So I noticed that you said you have 3 pillows.
Yeah.
Do we talk about that in the podcast?
It's up to you.
Yeah, I guess it's up to you.
It's not involving me.
I think it's pretty interesting, actually.
All right,
Can you say that you?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, I noticed you said you have 3 pillows.
Yeah, I did say.
I just noticed that when we moved in, like a couple months ago, you came in with 2 pillows.
Right.
So how?
Craziest thing, right? Kaden leaves every weekend, right? Like this is. At Parkside, it's kind of like a commuter school. Like, I'm not going to lie. People go home on weekends. It's kind of normal. It's a norm.
I agree.
Me and Crosby decided to stay here for a weekend. Just check it out what's like on weekends. We were watching a 4-hour movie, Justice League, Zack Snyder cut. I really recommend the movie. I don't know if I'm allowed to give shout-outs on the podcast.
That's fine. No sponsor. Don't watch it, but watch it.
Yeah. And, I was like, man, it's a 4-hour movie to just, like, put in perspective like how bored we were. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, I don't know what drove me to do this, but I grabbed Caden's pillow, threw that on the floor.
You know what I think it was? Is that the movie was like at a very good part, and you didn't want to like leave the room to go to the bathroom.
Exactly. Okay, but he kind of just gave away little spoilers. Yeah. So what I did was I grabbed Caden's pillow.
My pillow.
His pillow.
I sleep on.
He had only 1 pillow, like
one blanket, pretty much for my whole bed, and then 1 pillow.
It was a pretty nice pillowcase too, like I'm not gonna lie. And
yeah.
I grabbed it, I threw it on the ground, pulled down my pants, and proceeded to pee on the pillow. me and Crosby were having like the time of our life. We were laughing a storm, and then we realized, man, that probably wasn't the best.
Probably not the
I
best.
think it hit us that it was like, damn, that was actually Caden's pillow.
Yeah, and then the nice guy.
But the craziest part though, like you weren't gonna tell me or like.
We're getting that. We're getting to that. We're getting to that. And now, being the nice guy I am, I decided, man, maybe Caden doesn't like the smell of pee on his pillow when he gets back.
Before you get to there, we proceeded to, before we realized, like comprehended, I would say that it was Caden's pillow. We also were taking a walk to go clean the pillow.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to.
Okay.
Yeah, the nice guy that I am.
All right.
So nice
Continue.
guy. Yeah, the nice guy I am. I was like, man, Caden does not want the smell of pee on his pillow. So I'm like, what's the only sane thing to do? The only logical thing to do? Take it to the laundry room and wash it.
Right.
We walk downstairs to wash it. Obviously, my mind's like, it's already dirty. What happens if it gets a little bit more dirty, right? So I'm walking to the laundry room. I start dragging it through the mud, through the concrete.
Put it in a little dumpster.
And I'm getting to that. And now I'm like, what is the only sane thing to do here? We're walking, we pass a dumpster. Throw the pillow in the dumpster, obviously.
Well, we were thinking like you wouldn't want the pillow.
Yeah.
So we might as well just get rid of it.
Yeah.
And then it kind of clicked. We're like, oh, maybe he wants the pillow back. So then we threw it in the wash and we put it back. And me and Crosby actually had this plan that we weren't going to tell Caden till March 3rd.
You had the plan.
Okay, yeah. I wanted him to sleep on the pillow for 3 total months so that he...
Oh, and again, they washed it by pouring a bunch of like detergent stuff on it. If you guys,
thing.
the entire thing for this one pillowcase, whatever. I am very sensitive, and I have my own organic detergent because if I have other stuff, I flare up in a bunch of skin stuff. So I mean, I was already mad about that. This is before I knew everything that Alec did to the pillow, and I was just like, oh, you know, that sucks because you washed it with all this bad stuff. I was kind of pissed, but I was like, yeah, I guess he washed it. Yeah, it's nice. Wasn't expecting a thing.
It's clean though.
It's clean though.
And now it's in Alec's room.
And now I actually own the pillow. He gave it to me. It's a good friend, Caden is, and I bought him a new pillow. But
Let's bring on the pillow.
this is the new pillow.
Hold on. Let's bring on the $6 pillow. You decided, and like
Pillowcase was more than the pillow.
Yeah, the pillowcase was $6.58. The pillow itself was $6.44.
Yeah.
Save money.
I guess. Thank you for the pillow.
No problem.
I cannot wait to sleep on it because I did not have a pillow last night.
I actually walked in here this morning and I looked inside the room and you were just like this, no pillow.
I didn't have a pillow. Dude, I woke up and I cracked my back and it was the loudest back crack ever. Like, you know when you wake up and your organs feel like heavy and like hard and like you're just like groggy? I had the loudest back crack.
But I hear that like chiropractors these days are like recommending that you don't use a pillow. What do you think about that?
I haven't heard that.
I heard they use lumbar support.
Yeah.
Pillows.
Lumbar support?
You ever watch Seinfeld?
What do you think I had? I had a blanket and just a flat bed.
No, have you ever seen like the Seinfeld
No.
episode? It's like they like have them like sleep on like wood planks because like it's good for the back.
I don't know about that.
I mean, I feel like everything on that Jerry Seinfeld says is real.
I agree.
I guess. So that was a pretty crazy story, but I want to hear your craziest story. What's your craziest story of all time? If there was one story locked in your memory bank that you'd want to say,
we'll come back to this question. I gotta put a little thought into it.
All right, he's got to put a little thought. But what so far it's your true freshman year, wrestling, just college life. What's the best part for you?
I was gonna say the cat food. But it's not really about
Glorious
it's not the delicacy of the food.
Right.
It's about the family dinner time. I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
Being here.
But you always want to leave. You're always like the first one to leave. I'll be still
That-
eating like
that is true.
Crosby, wrap it up. Let's go.
That is
In
true.
my defense, when I'm done eating, I want to come back to my bed. Because granted, not to say anything bad about the cat food, but I'm convinced that their number one ingredient in the cat food is fiber. It's fiber. Because that thing hits you like a laxative. It hits you like a train. It goes right into the stomach. Like it's like you're giving birth, you know? Like it just comes right out that anus, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess it's good for losing weight, but every time I eat the cat food, I gain tons of weight.
I lose it all right away, personally.
Damn. Well, that's
laxative.
How about we backtrack a little bit?
Yeah, we can
like, Way
backtrack.
back.
We can
way
backtrack.
back. Pre-college Alec Hunter. I've been to Oshkosh a few times. I was at your house the other weekend, you know.
Yeah.
So what made Alec Hunter?
What made Alec Hunter?
Who is Alec Hunter?
Yep.
Where's he from? What do you do? And
The dudes you hang out with, play Fortnite with?
yeah, like
see-
what are they about? What are you?
Yeah.
About?
I came from a bloodline of a different breed, I can say that.
What?
Like, not talking about the family, but the people I've met over the years developed the legend you see here today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you take one of my best friends, Riley Staub, for example. He's done some pretty interesting things over the year.
Okay.
Some probably shouldn't be able to say on camera. Some I could probably say. But, you know, I feel like he's a big factor that shaped me.
Right. Would you say you look up to him?
In a sense. Actually, no, I've always been a menace now that I think about it. No, kindergarten, I was a menace. I walked into the bathrooms one time, and, like, I would always walk in, like, make sure, like, my underwear and shorts were down to my ankles.
Wow.
Just, like, walk
You
in
were
like that, and
kid.
one day I said, no, I don't want to go poop in the toilet. I dropped my pants, and I squatted right on the urinal and let it out all over the urinal. I was in kindergarten. I don't know. I just like stuff like hits me, and like I don't really think like what the consequences could be.
Right.
I'm just.
What
like,
was the consequence of that one? Was there even a consequence?
Potty training, maybe.
potty school?
Classes.
Potty school.
Classes for fucking
Potty school.
pee.
What? I'm so what?
You can swear.
Crosby.
Yeah, you can swear. Swearing is allowed on this podcast.
No,
It is family friendly
I don't.
to.
I don't want
an
to
ex-
swear.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Dude, speaking of swearing,
Mm-hmm.
when we went back to my house, or no, when we went to my house before going to your house, I like dropped an F-bomb in my kitchen, and I usually like never swear around my parents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like I like swear here, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I like dropped an F-bomb in my kitchen, and my dad was like heard me say it, and he was like what? And I was like, no, I like just changed it right. Like you probably didn't realize it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was like, oh shit, I actually just like
I
usually never swear around my parents.
I agree. Every time I go home now, or like talking with my girlfriend, like if she'll be saying like if you swear like one more time, like I just be swearing just for no reason,
Yeah.
just in common text or talk. Even when I'm not even like, honestly here I don't really swear much. I'd say.
On Fortnite, you're like. I'm bleeping myself because I don't actually cuss. My religion compels me to not cuss.
That's I feel like I this is the most I've cussed, but I don't cuss as much as
I feel
others.
Like the words shouldn't even be bad, to be honest with
Yeah, no, I agree because it's the way you say it. If you
I-
say it to describe something like an adjective, like as in like the intensity of something,
Yeah.
other than to say it in a mean way.
How do you
It's
feel-
different to say like, "Fuck you, Alec," compared to like, "I love this fucking drink."
Okay, but how do we
It's like, just-
how do we feel about impersonating people with Tourette's? Like, is it? Is
Okay,
it?
okay, hold on. Before you get into this, I got tested for Tourette's and I actually have it.
Oh, really?
Yep, I had Tourette's. I got tested when I was in. It had to be kindergarten or right before kindergarten. I would always do like just screaming like randomly. Sometimes even in fifth grade, I'd like go like this, like bop my head up.
That's what my uncle or my
Oh, so-
Yeah,
ex-uncle.
yeah. So I just be like going uncontrollably. Like I legit like had Tourette's. So like I'd be ice skating, and I remember I had to like jump too, and I'd be like jumping on the ice. I'm not even kidding. But
I
now
always-
I don't have that because
You used to go.
Really?
yeah, I do. I go. Yeah, I always say because I don't even know. And my brother had one with like his frisbees. He had to like get a perfect frisbee throw. Like shout out to Carter. But go on.
Wait,
go on.
he had Tourette's?
I mean, like again, to an extent.
So like when
Like,
you
I actually had like a testing thing on. Like they put a white thing over it with a bunch of like different things. I was like, what the heck? It didn't go into my head or anything, but they're like testing like what I was thinking, and like pretty sure I have an extent to it, or at least at that time. I don't know if you could grow out of it. But
Wait, what was the frisbee thing you were talking about?
that was Carter's. Like he had to get like a perfect throw.
What's that called? Like no, what's that?
It's a
called?
tick. Oh,
Tick,
ticks.
tick.
Ticks and Tourette's.
Ticks.
Okay, I might have had a lot of ticks, but then not Tourette. I don't know.
No, I think
Dude,
Tourette's.
ticks.
I think Tourette's
Ticks.
come with ticks. No, like I always
Tick-
pictured Tourette's like where it's like
That's like really.
Yeah, that's
You ever see the guy that like reads the Three Blind Mice with Tourette's? He's like,
yeah.
there was three. Fuck it, Connor.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. Like what you're saying, like, is it okay to make fun of? I mean, if
It's
they're
not
doing
really
it to
making
be
fun.
funny, if they're doing it to be funny, then we can laugh at it, sure.
My uncle that had Tourette's, or has Tourette's, but he's like my ex-uncle. That makes
Sure.
sense.
Makes sense.
Like-
Not blood related.
Yeah. He was a comedian, a Tourette's comedian.
Nuh-uh.
So he would like make fun of himself for having
really?
Tourette's. Yeah.
Wow.
That's actually kind of cool. Yeah,
That is kind of cool.
there's one girl in our neighborhood that actually had Tourette's, and we like had like a bunch of horse tranquilizer to like calm her down, and it actually cured her Tourette's.
Did you say you put horse tranquilizer in a girl?
He said they just had it laying around.
Well, yeah, we kind of did. I don't know.
What?
It was like legal horse tranquilizer. Like it's not like the stuff that like the NCAA bans.
Horse tranquilizer cures Tourette's.
You know how like they're so like energetic and like
Horses?
no,
Or
people with Tourette's. Like
Sure.
they just need to be like calmed down.
Yeah.
It was like a stim, you know what I mean? Like you ever like about to like die in Modern Warfare, like you need
a
a
stim
stim,
shot.
Yeah,
it like
yeah.
calms you down. It's like
Right.
horse tranquilizer.
Interesting.
I didn't know that.
Learn something new every day.
That's very interesting. So, probably you guys are thinking too on the channel, what's with the monkeys?
Oh.
This was Crazy's idea, and I think it was a great idea.
So basically, one day Caden showed Alec like NFTs, and Alec was super interested, and then he changed his profile picture to an NFT on Instagram.
Explain what an NFT is.
It's you explain what an NFT is.
It's like a digital piece of art that only you can own. Yes, you can copy the image, you can paste it, you can print it out, you can have it, but really, like to actually own an object online, this is what you're gonna have to do. You go through like OpenSea, it's a website, and you can literally own that piece of art, and it's a multi-billion-dollar market. So
yeah. So basically, Alec changed his profile picture to this NFT that looked like him, kinda, or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I was like, hey, that's kind of cool. I want to change my profile pic to one that looks like me. And then we started this podcast, and I was like, hey, what if we both pick out like a cool NFT like that, like represents ourselves, I guess.
sure, from like was it like an alien monkey collection?
Yeah, it was like mutant. Ape.
Mutant Ape. It was from the Mutant Ape exclusively.
Yeah,
collection.
and so I picked mine is the left one with the ice, and then Caden's is the one on the right with like the fire and the bird on his shoulder. And basically, then Caden came up with the idea that these are some pretty expensive NFTs.
How expensive are we talking?
Like I think mine was like $46,000.
Yeah. So they're like, again, this is gonna be like 20 Ethereum or like you have to pay like through crypto, and so they're like pretty close to six figures, and combined. And pretty much like what would be a cool goal that we can shoot for is to eventually, if we can make profits off of this or have brand deals, sponsorships exclusively on one site, we can go and actually purchase the NFTs as kind of like a whole big kind of goal, and I think that would be crazy to accomplish. So
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
yeah,
NFTs.
that's that.
I don't know too much about NFTs.
I don't really know any.
I don't even
only
own
know,
any NFT.
I know Jimmy Fallon has an NFT.
I saw Post Malone just bought like a ton, like a one NFT for like I forgot what it was. A lot of money though. It was on Instagram. I saw it.
I'm thinking about getting cartoon versions of pictures like throughout this wrestling season and like pay someone on Fiverr to create like a cartoon version, and I'm gonna make it as an NFT.
Yeah.
So think about this.
Anybody can make an NFT.
Anyone can make an NFT for free. So what I'm thinking is like all of like if I get like a high place at a tournament, or if I do a crazy move, or I don't know, statistic, anyone. Literally NBA players, NFL players could do this. Like, think about the OBJ catch. Imagine he makes that his own NFT, and like
That's
you can
big.
own
Wait,
the
can
Odell
somebody
Beckham
else
catch.
Can somebody else make an Odell Beckham catch?
Someone else can own it, but
No, can they make it?
yeah, yes.
That's probably
I'm pretty-
the thing.
Like yes, but again, it's through the seller. That's why there's verified sellers on the OpenSea.
Oh.
So like only if you have or like everyone can know if you have the real one. And what's cool about NFTs too, if you can make them, the more times it sells, you get paid for every time it sells. So, quite interesting.
So it's like an unlimited money glitch.
Right. It literally is an infinite money glitch.
You want to talk about our infinite money glitch at Walmart today?
Yeah, there actually is
What?
an infinity money glitch at Walmart.
Talk to me.
So here's what you do. Like, you don't have to steal them.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Okay, you could buy phones that work for cheap.
Yep.
Buy a lot of phones that work for cheap, and you go into
At
Walmart. No, not at Walmart.
Oh,
just in general, like
yeah,
from
yeah.
people, because you can like buy like,
Like
an iPhone.
eBay or Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Market, even from like some guy
Yeah.
in the street like, offering you candy, throws in a phone there. And you go into Walmart, and before you leave, they like sell phones. I mean, not like there's like a little machine that you put your phone in, and you can actually sell it right there, and then it gives you the cash.
What?
It's an unlimited money glitch.
How much does it pay though? Does it pay good?
If you have
How
like,
good do you have the
if you
phone?
have like one of these, it's probably like an iPhone 11. It's probably like 500. They'll give you.
That is very interesting.
We're gonna take Crosby's phone actually,
And
and
just test it out.
if you just put it, because once you sell it, you can't get it back. Unless
Well,
you-
right.
It's like me and Drake. We're gonna put Crosby's
Yeah, they're
phone.
gonna
in
take
it.
my phone. And just...
Well, comment below if you guys want us to see this on the podcast. If we should do
Comment
this.
Just send us your phone. The
Yeah,
PO box
send
will
us
be
your
dropped
phone.
down below.
But we'll just keep the money. You know, it's
Yeah.
for the podcast.
Yeah, it's just
goes
a fundraiser basically.
Right.
Just
Yeah,
instead of
it goes towards the mutant apes.
instead of like sending us like money, just send us your phones and we'll just,
No, that's actually really good. I feel like more people would be willing to turn in their phones and like give a couple
Yeah.
dollars for it.
yeah.
So I agree. What else? So craziest story, Alec. What was it?
It's probably wasn't my craziest. It was probably like the most appropriate one to say on the podcast.
Okay.
So I'm in 7th grade, right? I'm pretty young, really young actually, like little demon Alec. So we went for a field trip to the Timberlander game, and Fox 11 was there. They're doing like this whole like not like a podcast, but like I don't really know what it was. Like a mini show, but it was like
Sure.
on like it was televised kind of.
Yeah.
I was actually trying to look for it on the internet. It's nowhere on the internet, but they were like they were like giving all these people questions, and like when they would ask a question, you raise your hand, they would have you go up there and you're talking the mic. And I really, really, really wanted to go up there and talk in the mic. It was just like I just wanted to do it.
So this is at a minor league baseball game.
Yes.
Okay.
And like nothing was gonna stop me from doing that. And they got down to the last question, but it wasn't a question. See, there was this kid with Down syndrome. I did not know he had Down syndrome. And they said, Jack Phillips, can you please come up on stage? And like they announced that this was the last thing that they were gonna do before the game starts.
Okay.
And I'm like, I am going on that stage. I made that myself a promise.
Right.
I don't lie to
Yeah.
myself.
You're dedicated.
I raised my hand as high as I could. I said, I'm Jack Phillips. I walk up on stage. Then they asked me like 3 different questions. The first question was, apparently Jack Phillips was getting like a check for this, like to like go up there.
Sure.
And they said, how much are you getting for the fundraiser? And I was like $500. And they're like, oh, you're not getting $500 from us. Because like I guess he was only supposed to get like $75.
Sure.
But and then the next question was like, how do you feel today? And I said, good. And the third question was, can we take your phone to take a selfie? And I said, no. And then they said, are you the Jack Phillips from Fond du Lac? I'm from Oshkosh.
Yeah.
And I said no, and then they said we got the wrong Jack Phillips. So I don't know like if I look like I have Down syndrome. They were believing I was Jack Phillips for a while.
Wow. So why didn't the real Jack Phillips come up? Or his parents say something?
Well, he probably couldn't raise his hand all the way.
His parents.
Oh.
How old were you?
Okay, maybe don't put
How old were you? How old were you?
I was 13, I think.
Okay.
Maybe
that
so.
is demon Alec.
There probably is more stories.
I'm sure you have a lot of stories. So Nick Becker's the new coach. How do you like him?
I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
So like, do you you were telling us the other day how like he could ask you to do anything and you'd do it. You just like look up to him on that level.
Basically, like if he asked me to like go lay in a pile of manure, I'd probably do it just because like he is my coach,
Right.
and I have to listen to him.
Uh-huh.
It's just like that,
You also said in the beginning of the year, I just want to know if you still stand by this. He could put me through any amount of physical torture that he wants, and you'll be okay with it.
Okay.
But as if you lose his emotional, his
Validation.
Yeah. Once I lose my belt, like I would rather be set on fire than lose my coach's validation.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to think of another story.
Another thing, this is just a question. Let's say hypothetically you have a girlfriend, and you walk into your room, and you catch your girl with Shane Gantz. What you doing?
Shane Gantz is our captain, by the way. I'd probably just look him in the eyes and just say thank you. And go about my day. He's a big dude, a scary dude.
It just go, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Shane.
Shane, it's been a pleasure working with you. She could be my wife, like that man. Oh no, that's a different animal.
What are the odds Shane watches?
0.
100%.
If he watches, he's not getting to this point anyway.
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah. So what about I know we haven't really talked about wrestling, but what about your high school wrestling career? What about that? What about it? What about it?
Besides my senior year, my career was kind of an embarrassment. I was number 1 in the state my junior year. I make it to the finals, and I got majored 10-2 by the number 3 kid. And the only 2 points I got was because he let me up twice.
Damn. Justin Groshek.
Justin Groshek.
That was a man among boys.
That was,
Yeah.
that
That is
was,
true.
that dude hit puberty at like 10. He was a full-grown man.
But so your senior year, no one has won a state championship from Oshkosh.
No.
Oshkosh West.
No.
And you were the man to do it.
I was the man
So
to do it,
you're
which was
like-
weird because I don't feel like I worked the hardest. For sure. Like, I definitely don't. Like, a couple times I actually had to skip dual meets because I wasn't going to make weight.
Oh my
Like, I wasn't the
God.
most committed or the most hardest worker.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the hardest worker in my high school for a second.
Oh. Yeah,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
talk about
So
the
we
hardest one.
actually, Caden Henschel's only loss. Not only loss. How many losses did you have that year?
One. Oh,
Oh,
no. Like 3.
Oh, that doesn't matter. The match to go to state, Caden's junior year. If you're a fan of Caden, you already know this. Caden did not make it to state his junior year. And who defeated him, you might ask? A teammate of mine.
The hardest worker in the room.
The hardest worker in the room, Logan Kuroda. Logan was a below 500 wrestler. But
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
Cállate.
He was ranked, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He came in when it mattered.
Like,
He
honorable
took out
mention.
the number 1 opponent at his weight class, Caden Henschel.
Actually, no, because I ended up losing to Spieler, and Spieler was 2, so then I was not
Well,
1
you were
anymore.
still technically one.
You were still technically 1 that day. So, Logan was a different breed when it came to hard work. After that year, he beat Caden. They made an award after him called
He
the
did. They
called
did.
the Logan Groda Ironman Award.
The hardest worker.
What's crazy is Caden, he had 3 losses that year.
Yep.
One of them, he is now teammates with him,
Yes.
and the other one
Was his
was
his
Alec Hunter's
wrestling teammate.
wrestling teammate.
Crazy how the world works.
Yep. And what's even crazier is that at our first wrestling tournament, I took a picture with Logan Groda and the man who only beat me my senior year.
Yeah.
Took him by.
Took him by yours truly.
Well,
yours
technically,
truly.
Grota wasn't actually,
He
He
I
wasn't
edited him,
actually
and-
there, but
but he was there in spirit.
he was there in spirit. Well, Alec, do you have any more stories before we go?
Well, last topic. before
Last
we got out.
topic.
Last topic. I just think it's confusing that, like, well, some girl once told me that, like, this wasn't 8 inches. Can you zoom in up?
Yeah.
Hold on. She said that wasn't 8 inches. I was just kind of, like,
So if
wondering.
I get out my ruler, this is a foot.
Well, if that's 8 inches, that's about no, raise it a little bit.
That's about a foot.
That's about a foot. That's about 8 inches.
I'd say. So what's her problem?
I just didn't know I had to be African American.
All right, that's been the Want to See It podcast. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next podcast.